Hey everybody. I wanted to do a little video and just talk about some stuff that's been going on. I've been trying to figure out what direction to take this page, so I figured I'd throw out some information and see what do we get back. But I also wanted to talk a little bit about some stuff that's going on in the energy world, because if you're here and you're following me on this page, you're probably at least somewhat metaphysically aware and aware of energies, and probably aware that we just had a new moon, and there's a lot of energy that is shifting around that. So this is anytime we have a new moon, it's like new beginnings. There's kinds of relationships ending, jobs ending, new things starting, doors closing and opening. It is lots of shifting, and this one has been no exception. This one's been, I think, a lot harder for a lot of us. And I think that when you are energetically aware, energetically more susceptible, like highly sensitive people like me, and like a lot of you, I suspect, and it is very easy to get ungrounded and get your unguarded, so that your energy is more susceptible to attack things that are out there. So I think when we get overstressed in times of all this shifting and the energy transitions, especially with things that have been going on in the world and in our own country with hurricanes and fires and shootings, and there's so many things that can just really just rip to your heart, that it is just really hard to stay grounded and keep our energy focused and protected. And that's just a great opportunity for energy suckers and energy vampires and little hangers on to come in, and they like to jump in and then start to attack. And so I think most of us usually know if somebody who's in front of us face to face is trying to attack us. But how do you know if somebody is, if you're under a psychic attack? And I think that's what I wanted to share today, because I had a psychic attack this very recently, and I wanted to share, because I think sometimes when you're highly sensitive to energies around you, this may be going on and you don't even know it. So how do you even know if you're under attack? If someone's in front of you and they say something mean or nasty, then you know that they're attacking you, and you know probably what to do, either walk away or just take a deep breath and choose your words wisely, that kind of thing. But what if there's no body, no person body that's there? So how do you even know? So I just wanted to share this story because maybe it's something that helps you. So last couple of days or so, I did a reading for a really lovely woman who was trying to connect with one of her loved ones, who was one of her relatives that was no longer here. Had been sort of a tumultuous relationship in life, and she had some questions for her deceased relation. And I was very clear to me that this deceased relative was not interested in coming forward. She was not interested in sharing her thoughts. She was not interested in answering questions for this woman. And I was grateful that my own guides and other spirits were able to help answer questions and fill in the gaps for her, so that she could get some kind of closure, some kind of settled feeling for herself. But at the end of our time together, I was running a little bit late. We chatted a few minutes too long, and so by the time we had everything settled and we hung up the phone, I ran out the door to the room where I do my readings. I ran out the door, closed it behind me, and I had to rush to get ready for the next thing in my day. And I didn't take that minute to close myself, close my chakras, close my energy to her, close that door. I closed the door physically to the room, but not the door energetically. And not 15 minutes later, I was laying on my back on my bedroom floor. So I was in my bathroom, and I was just touching up my makeup so I could go out and making sure everything was still where it's supposed to be. And I just got massive heat, and it felt like somebody was behind me just pushing at me, and my heart started to pound, and the whole room started to spin. And I grabbed onto the bathroom counter, and I'm like, what's going on? And I thought, well, I'm a certain age, maybe it's a hot flash, but it felt so different. It felt external to me. And I know that a hot flash would be internal to me. And I just had to go sit down. So I went and I sat down on this bench in my room, and even then, just the whole room was just like spinning. I really felt like Dorothy in that house before the movie turns to color. And I finally had laid down on the floor, and I saw her. I closed my eyes, and I saw this person behind me, and just this very unfriendly look on her face, and I knew that she was very unhappy that I was sharing information that she did not want shared, and she wanted to make sure that I knew it. And as soon as I realized what it was, because I knew it was something external to me. One of the things that we look at when you're an empath or a highly sensitive person, one of the first things that you want to learn is to ask yourself this question: is what I'm feeling, is this mine? Because so often what we feel is the energy from others. So is this mine? And so once I realized what it was, I knew I was under a psychic attack. So now I know what it is. Well, big woo, what do you do about it? So I wanted to make sure, because I think a lot of times, and I walk around and I can see things. I see that people have energy suckers and things stuck on them. And, I think it's funny because sometimes I'll walk by, and I really believe in not mentally trespassing on people. If they don't ask me to intervene, I don't. But I've seen energy suckers. They try to jump from one person to the next, especially if your energy is very low vibration, you're sick, or you don't feel good about yourself, and you beat yourself up a lot. These things just open the door for energy suckers. They love to feed on chaos and depression and sadness and anger and resentment. They love to feed on these energies like a high for them. So they just... And so what do you do when you know that you're under an energetic attack? How do you protect yourself? And so the first thing that I did was I just imagined cutting the cords to the woman that I had been reading with. And so for me, if some people do it with imagining big scissors, for me, I do it with, I imagine a big samurai sword, and just sliding down my back, a big samurai sword that would just sever any connections behind me, just like that, that would sever any cords that are still connected to me. And then the next thing to do truly is to just bring in the light. Always the best warrior weapon we have is the light and the love. And so I just imagine my crown chakra open, and all this light pouring in, as much light as I could bring in from above, just that divine white light or that deep purple light just coming in and filling my entire body, wrapping all around my chakras, and then just filling up my whole body, and then bursting out from all my pores and filling up this bubble around me. And then as soon as I did that, because you can do it very fast, it doesn't have to be a long, slow visualization, you can do it so quickly. And as soon as I did that, I could feel her retreating. And so I just imagined and visualized that bubble of white, sparkly light going out from me. And it pushed her back away from me, and that it cut any cords that she was trying to keep to me, and any other hangers on that might be there. And then I just imagined the light just went through all of my 7 chakras, and then I closed them. And so you just visualize them closing like the little flowers. They just close, because your chakras are like wheels of energy, and they just open up in the day and they're spinning. And so I just imagine that they closed up for the night, kind of like if you've ever seen morning glory flowers. They open in the morning and then they close in the afternoons. So I closed all my chakras, and then I just took some deep breaths, and I did something that it's called the energy hookup, and I really love this exercise. It's the Donna Eden exercise, and you just put your one finger here in between your eyebrows, right where your third eye would be, and one finger in your belly button, and you want to do it with your feet on the floor, because it's part of a grounding exercise, but it's really connecting your energy from above and below, and really just getting you back centered to the earth, but connected to the divine above and the divine below. And it just really helped me a lot. But I was so tired afterwards. I was really just very, very depleted after this psychic attack. And so I think it's really important that we're taking the time. If you're feeling depleted, if you're feeling just, you can't understand why, you're frustrated or just aggravated or just really exhausted just for inexplicable reasons, I really encourage you to take some time, drink a lot of water, grab some B12, which is a great way to restore your energetic balance, is B12, and also a salt bath. You can throw some Epsom salt or some sea salt is really great. Throw it into a bath with some lavender oil, maybe a little coconut oil, just really regenerating, because salt is so detoxifying. But take some time for things like love thoughts and gratitude thoughts and things that will really raise your vibration, because it's things like anger and frustration, resentment. Those are things that energy vampires and energy suckers just like to feed on. So the next day when I was out and about, we were somewhere in the evening, and so now it's 24 hours later and I still just felt tired, but I was okay, but I still just felt tired. And I went to a place, my husband and I went out, we went to a place where I know there's often a lot of spirit energy, and that gets stuck. The room is not often cleaned how we would clean with sage and with, with energy cleaning. And so I know that there's a lot of spirit energy that's there. And it's usually never a place that I have a problem. Sometimes there's hangers on, sometimes there's people that are, or energies that are stuck, souls that are stuck or visiting. And I saw this little black energy, little spiky little thing, just saw me looking at it, and it went pshoo, pshoo. And the next thing I knew, it was on my back. And I thought, oh, you got to get off me, because it was just another energy sucker. And I just did exactly the same thing. And I just had the energy, the light come in and pushed him off. And what I really think is so helpful is because it's just like food and water, like we would need food and water. And if you imagine, like if you were starving and someone offered you food and water, you would grab it up really quickly. So I just offered him the light, and he went actually up the light and out of the building, which was so great, because that's really where he belongs, to send him back to source. But it was so depleting to me to have this experience. And I just thought, so often we have so many things that are going on around us, and energy is swirling, that we're so caught up in the human that we're not really understanding the higher energies and the external energies that can really be affecting us. And so I really just want to encourage you to take a few minutes today, tomorrow, go touch a tree. The trees have the most remarkable energy. Touch a tree. Stand, if there's some that are together and you can stand like next to them or inside of a cluster of them. It is just such remarkable energy, because remember, trees give off pure oxygen. It's just such a great, and just if you can walk in the grass or just take a walk around the block and be out in the nature. It's kind of cloudy here today, but if you can just walk around or just put your feet in the grass, do something that brings love and light into your heart. There's so much tumult in our world right now, and I feel like countries that we thought, and we look at the news, and things, and countries we thought were like stable, and it's like now they're having their own issues. Like everywhere seems to be unsettled and unrested, and just a lot of things that are just like So I really encourage you to take some time for your own energy maintenance, just the same as you watch what you eat and you exercise and things like that, so that you are taking care of your physical body. It's so important that you're taking care of your energy body as well. So I really encourage you to take some time and do some things for energy maintenance, because you might find that you are enduring a psychic attack and just hadn't even known what it was. It just felt just completely wrong, off, dizzy, hyperventilating or palpitating in your heart, and it might not have even been you. It might have just been from an energy sucker that felt like your vibration was very low. It makes you a very easy target. So my suggestion is just take some time, take some breath, go outside. Animals are great for that. If you have a pet, you can pet an animal. Dogs, cats, they're so wonderful for things like that. But if you have some great energy tips or things that you like that help you to clear your energy, feel free to post them here. I would love to see your comments. And if you have some things where you have some questions about, a psychic attack or how to protect yourself, please feel free to post them as well. Or you can message me privately if you prefer. But I just wanted to share. It's been a long time since I had such an aggressive energy attack. I've had the energy suckers. They come on me. When I first started doing this work, they would come on me a lot because I didn't really know how to protect myself. But to have such a vehement energy attack, such a really directed psychic attack, has not happened in a long time. So I really felt like it was important to share, because I know with all of this shifting energy that we're experiencing, so many empaths and psychics that I've talked to are just like, what is going on with this moon and all this stuff? So really take some time for self-care, because it really is so important. Just the same as you would self-care for your physical body, you really must do your energy self-care as well, because it does make you a target for negative energy and things like that. So please protect yourselves, and know that I am here to support you on your journey, and I'm very honored as you continue to support me online. I wish you all love and light.